All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I feel like that this is a question that probably a lot of people face on a regular basis. I mean, here's the thing, like if you know that you're a good person, like if you genuinely know that you're a good person, right? I feel like that you should have nothing to worry about. But if you have issues, fam, don't put yourself through that situation. But anyways, because this is something that I thought of, for like both sides, whether it's me dating one of, because I don't have too many friends out there where I know their sister, so that's why I'm like, I guess I'm just going based off of like, like I like what I overall would do in my mindset in a situation like that. And I've also have thought of it myself where it's like, what would I do if one of my friends was dating my sister? And it's crazy because it's like, I know I wouldn't care, but at the same time, like if I know that that friend, they got some issues going on with them, I would be trying to warn my sister where I'm like, no, I know this person. If it's a situation where I grew up with them, or if I've worked with them, or if I just know them from around the way, I am 100% warning my sister. But here's the thing, though. All right, here's the thing. My sister is an adult, okay? This my big sister. This she, she's my older sister and stuff. And I would imagine that she wouldn't want me, getting involved in her life and things. So I wouldn't. I will hold back. But I would keep an eye on the situation. Like, because my thing is this, I would like to think that I have good friends, right? I would like to think that. I would like to think that, they ain't got like no hidden stuff behind them, because I don't want my sister to be a Lifetime movie where this guy done went crazy, I done went crazy. Now we both in prison because I tried to do something to him. And yeah, I'm not trying to go down that route and things. So, but that's the thing though, where it's like you can't, especially here's the thing though, let's say if it's a situation where you don't even know, like they like your friend didn't know that they were talking to your sister. I feel like it would be kind of hard because me and my sister, we don't look alike, but at the same time, if you see us like together and things, you can very well look and see they're related. They're either cousins, siblings. They got the same blood running through them. So it's one of those things where it's like, I guess, I don't know, like it would, I would just have to see how it would play out. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I would imagine it would. I imagine one of my friends would probably be looking and be all like, dang, like that girl kind of looked like Tyler a little bit, like not like a whole lot, but yeah, like that looked like that could be. Because the thing is though, like even though my sister is older than me, I look like I could possibly be her big brother and things. My sister, it's crazy how like she's in her 30s and she looks younger than, well, I mean, we look roughly around the same age, but I guess like with like height and size, difference. Yeah, I look, well, I am, by default the big brother and things like physically, but like age wise, yeah, she's the big sister and stuff. So, but yeah, I would imagine like my friends will be able to look at her and be all like, dang, like, hey yo, like they probably message me and be all like, hey yo. And that's the thing though, where there's like, I seen a woman at a Seahawks game. I've seen numerous women that look like my sister, and it's crazy. So like, I know there's gonna be probably I feel like after this podcast episode release, they're gonna be seeing like especially friends out here in Washington, they're gonna see a girl and be all like, hey yo T, is that your sister? Like I'm just curious and things. I'm like, I gotta do like some freaking like some sneaker verification and stuff. I'm all like, okay, she looks like, all right, got the same facial features. Okay, everything seems no like, no, that's my sister and stuff. And I'm like, or if it's like, if it's not, I'm all like, nope, skin tone's off, hair color is off, facial features is off. there's a lot of things off. Yeah, that's a fraud. That ain't one of us. That's somebody else. That's an Air Gordon. That is not an Air Jordan. Okay, so, but anyways, no. But getting back on topic. Get back on topic though. But I know people probably would like ask me that question, like, how would you react if, like, let's say if, because I feel like because I gotta like think of like every situation and scenario possible. So I feel like if it was my sister that was gonna break the news to me, I feel like that I would probably hear about it through family before I hear about it from her and stuff. Like, I feel like I would be probably talking to my mom or dad and then just be all like, hey, do you know a guy named such and such? I'm like, yeah, I went to school with them, or I worked with them, or whatever. Yeah, I know him. I know him from around the way. And then I feel like they will be kind of like looking at me and things, like they'd be giving me this like this big eyebrow, big eye look. And I'm like, why? What's going on? What's happening and stuff? Like, did you run into them? They're like, oh yeah, I ran into them, all right. And your sister was there too. I'm like, hold up, time out. What you mean? My sister was like y'all was. Like, he knocked on the door and my sister was there, and no, they came through that door together. Like, they're dating and stuff. And a part of me would be all like, how, because like, no, how do, because my like the question is like, how do you break that down to me? How do you go out your way and tell me that? Because I feel like a lot of people would look at it as like kind of like disrespect a little bit, where it's like, if I were to get a random message from my friend, hadn't talked to them in forever and stuff, and then all of a sudden, for like first message I get from them in like years or however long, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm dating your sister. It's kind of like, it's something where you gotta meet them. Like, even though I already know of this situation, like, I gotta like actually see it, and like, not so much as give it the go, because like with me, I have a very like don't care attitude, so I feel like it wouldn't affect me too much, but I would kind of like question it, just be all like, all right, so like, yeah, how'd you guys like, how did y'all meet? Like, what's up with that? Like, like what's going on? And I'm pretty sure they're gonna give me some like, normal, like just basic story and things. I'm like, oh, okay, well, And then, but the thing is, I feel like that's like pressure on the guy, because if you think about it, I mean, but even if it's like whatever the situation is, like if in case you're in a scenario like this, but you're, a girl wanting to date your friend's brother or whatever the situation is. I'm just talking for myself, all right? But you can place yourself in the situation with who you have a crush on, or who you're in a relationship, or whatever the situation is, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, what was the point? I was getting ready to make a point. All right, you know what? Forget it. Just, we're going to keep it rolling. All right, so, because we doing it live. I ain't trying to go back and forth doing the same thing over and over again. Like, I'm trying to think. Last few podcast episodes, I've been on a roll. I haven't had to do multiple takes, so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to get through this. All right, so, but anyways, but no, like, overall, though, I just don't have a don't care attitude when it comes to that type of stuff. So I guess if they were to be thinking like, oh, like, Tyler's going to be mad about this, Tyler ain't going to support this, Tyler ain't going to, my thing is that, oh, that's what I was saying. It's like, there's going to be pressure on the friend and stuff, because they're looking at it as like, okay, I can't mess up because Tyler knows me, all right? And, Tyler, it's like, last I checked, he wasn't fully, he ain't stable when it comes to people messing with him and his, So it's like, and I'm not. Like, the thing is like, okay, like, even though I say that I have a don't care attitude, that don't mean that you could be mad disrespectful, because that's the thing. I will track you down, and it's going to be a problem. It ain't going to be a problem between you and my sister. It's going to be a problem between me and you. So like, that's how thick the blood is between me and my family, where it's like, nah, ain't no way possible, like, you gonna break that and make it into some, nah, fam, they ain't gonna go down like that. So yeah, definitely it would be a situation where it's like, if my sister were to, if she were to come to me and tell me like, hey, yo, such and such is putting his hands on me, I'm finding you. Like, that's just gonna be like, that's just gonna be the end of that. But yes, you best believe I will track you down and I will find you and stuff. So that ain't gonna be on some stuff where it's all like, nah, like, oh, okay, well, that's between you two. I can't, no, I'm involved. At that point, I feel like this. even though like I'm not involved, like technically, at the same time, if some stuff goes down, I'm automatically involved. So it's like, but it's like that. I know people are probably asking that question. It's like, so if you don't know the guy, then you don't want to be involved. No, I got my sister's back through anything. But I feel like with a friend, it's just a little bit, a little a notch higher in anger, because I'm like, we're cool, we're friends. I thought it was like, because you had respect for me, you got respect for my family, but you're gonna be disrespectful. So yeah, that's where it's like, it's kind of like, if you a random all right, so hear me out on this. A random person, they can break your heart. A friend, family, whoever, people that they can possibly break your heart and stuff. And I feel like that I would be kind of upset, a little bit more angry with a friend than I would be with a random guy. With a random guy, it's like, yeah, they just gonna get violence. But it's like with a friend, it's all like, you're getting extra amount of violence because I had trust in you and you broke that trust. So therefore, it's like, because I mean, with a random, you don't really necessarily have to be cool with them and stuff. But at the same time, you should respect them. Like, if I could just talk on that real quick, it's like, you don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to talk with them. You don't have to follow them on social media, none of that stuff, because yeah, my sister, she's had boyfriends before, and it's like, I didn't talk with those guys. Like, it was like, okay, if they were to see me, I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I'm just about like, nah, you dated my sister, get out my face. Like, nah, if I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, what's up? But I didn't really know them like that and things. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's all like, nah, they out doing their thing, I'm gonna be out doing my thing. Point blank simple. But yeah, if it's a friend and stuff, like, no, it's like, you gotta keep an eye on it. Like I said, if it's a friend where you don't trust them when it comes to relationships, then yeah, like I say, warn your sibling and things, and tell them, be all like, hey, so this person is known for doing this person is known for this, whatever the situation is. But yeah, it's like, I would 100%, if I would warn my sister and be all like, hey, this guy, he's like kind of crazy, right? Like, no, I remember there was a time when we were in school and he was screaming in the hallways and nobody know why. So me being cool with him, I approached him and I said, hey, yo, such and such, why are you screaming in the hallways? And he talking about he hearing voices, and I'm trying to think to myself, I'm like, bro, it is dead silence out here. It's third period. Everybody is in the, like, you're in that part of the school where there ain't no classrooms and stuff. So what voices are you hearing? And he talking about, it's these voices, I've been hearing them since I was a kid. So it ain't the school, because he's talking about he's been hearing them since he was a kid. Then you go and ask his parents, like, hey, yo, what's up with that? Why does he hear voices? And then they talking about they were smoking Newports and they dropped them on his head when he was an infant. So now he's just crazy. And I'm like, and my sister would probably be looking at me all like, where are you getting that? I'm like, he's not right, okay? He ain't dealing with a full deck. Like, there's a 7, a 2, and a possible 5 of hearts missing from them deck of cards that's supposed to be all in his head. They even got like them little instruction cards that come with the card pack. No, there's some stuff missing, okay? So I'm saying, it's like, you gotta, like, I'm just saying, like, I don't think it's best if you don't see this guy. It's like, why are you trying to butt into my life? Why can't you don't want to see me be happy? I'm like, no, fam, I do want to see you be happy, but I don't want you to be happy with a nut. So you gotta understand, this person, then she's all like, I don't care about that, I'm gonna see past that. Next thing you know, she's calling me 3 a.m. I'm trying to stream, because, like, let's say for an example, I decide one now I'm gonna do me a 12-hour stream. So I'm like halfway through the stream, I'm playing the game, all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, guys, I gotta mute the stream real quick. And then I decide, I have a face cam in, and then all of a sudden you see me just dart out of the room. I come back with a video maybe a few days later talking about, yeah, so that crazy friend that was dating my sister, he snapped, went crazy. My sister had to lock herself in the bathroom. And you see where I'm like, because that's just too much to talk about, fam. I like how I'm telling you guys, like, when I say that I can improvise, I can improvise. Like, I was this, and the thing is, it's like, it just, with improvising, it's just, you're just thinking of that stuff as you go along. So I'm just saying, all right, I'm like, just, getting a little bit off topic and to, toot my little horn and stuff. All right, I'm good at improvising, but no, like, jokes aside though, yeah, it's something where it's like, I wouldn't want that. Like, I wouldn't want my sister to be in a relationship. I mean, with anybody, whether it's a friend or a random person, I wouldn't want her to be in no situation like that. Now to talk on myself, because I feel like, now that done gotten out of the way, now it's like, yeah, to talk on myself, what would I do if I had a crush on one of my friends' sister? And the thing is, it's like this. If the case were to ever come down where if I was talking to one of my friends, I definitely would be trying to, because my thing is, I feel like a lot of people ain't gonna try to do that. I feel like a lot of people gonna be all like, well, this is a relationship between me, but I'm like, that's their family. So like, my thing is this. That would be the one. I mean, in all relationships, I'm gonna be mad respectful, but that relationship, it's like, I gotta make sure of it where it's like, okay, I'm respectful, I don't do nothing crazy. Obviously, I know I'm not gonna do nothing crazy, and I know I'm not gonna say anything disrespectful and stuff. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, you gotta prove that to your friend. You gotta tell your friend that, because I feel like in most cases, a friend's gonna be all like, bro, my sister, that's kind of weird, like that's weird, like, you don't think we look alike? And I'm like, fam, I haven't seen, but even I know people were like, would I date a friend's sister where the sister looks just like him? That's a tough one, because I'm like, if she's cool, because the thing is, I'm not gonna look at somebody and be like, fam, you ugly, you look just like your brother. No, like, I'm not gonna fool with you. Like, that's just rude, that's disrespectful. But I feel like that I would have to, because I'm like, I overall, that's something that I would not be afraid to tell the girl, where I'm all like, no, you look just like your brother. And anytime, my thing is this, right? I'm not trying to be at their wedding day and then I take that little thing and flip it around in the back of your head, that little white thing that they flip. So they were like, so when the pastor is like, you may now kiss the bride, and I flip it and I see one of my boys from back in middle school, I'm like, oh my God, no. All right, so hold on, time out. And I got it covered. I can't do that. I can't do no. So that's why I'm like, if they look way too alike, like for an example, if they're twins, I don't think I would do it. I personally don't think I would do it. That's something where it's like, I don't know, like, but the thing is this though, where it's like, if I got a lot of love for this person, like, me and them, we hang out, we talk, we're, like, we're more closer than the friend and stuff, I probably would like, and that's the thing where I know people are gonna be looking at it like, bro, that's so weird. Like, no, bro, it's like, and I'm like, fam, you gotta understand, it's not him, it's the sister. So like, I just think that that's something where it's like, that needs to be established, where it's like, you can't let your mind get so bottled up in that, like, if you find comfort and love and so like somebody that like actually, because my thing is this, let's say it's a situation, right, where there's a friend of mine, he got a twin sister and she's like madly in love with me, right, where it's like she's constantly wanting to hang out. I'm down for hanging out, so I'm like, all right, yeah, sure, we're hanging out, we're shopping around for shoes. She knows about Jordans, and then I know about Jordans, right, and then we going out, we're seeing movies, we're playing the same video games, we're streaming, we're making YouTube videos, we're literally hanging out day after day after day, right? And then they open up to me, and then they're telling me about like their passions and their deepest secrets and all that stuff, and I'm all like, fam, like, they find comfort in me. Okay, well, I'm gonna do the same for them. I'm gonna find that comfort in them and things. I'm gonna do that same thing. But at the same time, where it's all like, if I don't find that, then it's like, I'm not gonna be afraid to be all like, I just don't have that same feelings and stuff. I'm sorry, and that's the thing where it's like, talking on that, where it's like, yeah, it's 100% hard to reject a person. It ain't an easy thing to do. Like, if you find the easiness, even if easiness is not a word, but if you find the easiness, all right, in rejecting a person, fam, nah, you got your love and priorities all wrong in life. All right, stay tuned for the next episode of me talking on that and stuff. You shouldn't just be out here rejecting people for fun. But overall though, like, yeah, if I just didn't have that feelings and stuff, then I'm like, all right, then I don't. But if I do, then it's like, yeah, fam, I'm seeing past whatever, and I'm all like, hey, I find like comfort and love in this person. I see this as a potential, person that I want, like, that I'm most likely gonna spend the rest of my life with. Like, that's because at the end of the day, in my life right now, that's all that I'm looking for. I'm just looking for somebody to just spend the rest of my life with. I ain't trying to, I mean, like, the dating scenes, it's like, yeah, I'll get into it, but at the same time now, it's like, you when you kind of go through some stuff, and you kind of, yeah, you just get into a mindset where it's like, you know what, look, I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to just, like, just overall, yeah, just start a family and live life pretty much. So, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, is it wrong to date your friend's sibling? Like, if you're overall not good with relationships, and that's overall what I was trying to say in the beginning of the episode, yeah, if you're not good with relationships, I think that it's best, like, if you care about the friendship that you have with that person, then you definitely need to, it probably be best if, like, if you're ready to settle down and you want to settle down with this person, then okay. But if not, then, and you're just only wanting to date just to, just to date them, say that you didn't. Nah, it's all like, yeah, it's like I said, if you ain't good in the relationship scene, then yeah, it's probably best that you leave your friend's sister alone and stuff, and don't pursue and things. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.